Alrighty guys, welcome back. I've got a brand new E-flite UMX Sbach here. This came out a long time ago, but I bought this brand new in box. I've got the original box, all the goodies that came with it. I've got the side force generators that you can actually put on the wing, but I don't have them on. This is a really cool model. I absolutely love finding these new in-box airplanes, and this is not a super old one. I mean, it's pretty modern. It's got AS3X. It flies modern. It's a brushless. It's a 2S system. It runs off of a 2S 180. So what you would be used to about 10 years ago. Huge ailerons with lots and lots of throw, tons of elevator authority, and tons of rudder. Exactly what you would think out of a 3D airplane. Here is the battery hatch right up here. You can see the little Protec LiPo that I had to buy. I didn't have any of these batteries, so you can get these super cheap, but they work really well. Really decent flight times, honestly. But really cool to see an airplane like this. I love this tinted canopy. You can actually see through and see the servos in there. But yeah, all EPS. Of course, it's got that real thin laminated elevator, horizontal, vertical stab. Yeah, if we turn it over, you can see there it's got a stripe pattern. Looks really good. I really like the black. The servos don't even have little clear covers on them like they would nowadays. But yeah, really cool little foam wheel pans. Awesome little airplane. Let's go ahead and take it up. It is a little dark, but we're gonna throw this off, and there is without a doubt no way I'm gonna be able to land this without it nosing over, but we'll deal with it when we get there. So I'm actually gonna stay at 100% rates and fix my wheel pans. Now this was back in the day, AS3X, this is back in the day where the UMX motors were super noisy, sound like little two-strokes, and so this is a noisy one. Now flying at 100% rates, it's super jerky, but that is where you have your most fun. Tons of elevator, really good vertical, obviously tons, or actually I might have said elevator, I meant to say tons of aileron, excuse me for that. Also a lot of elevator, a lot of everything. Look at the rudder, just throw it right on around there. It flies slow, decently well. I do have the CG further forward for your sport flying. I don't 3D these little airplanes that much. I have done a little bit of 3D with it, and it's not the easiest airplane to do 3D with. I would prefer to do 3D with like a profile plane or a flat foamy if you're gonna fly something this small. But tons. Look at the aileron authority there. Lots of elevator, enough to get into a stall. If you just yanked it back, airplane just stalls out. So typical, capabilities of a 3D airplane like this. And of course it flies inverted just perfect. There's no difference with this airplane inverted and normal. Flies really good. I actually really like the stripes on the bottom. It's a lot easier to see when you are inverted. You can really tell that you're upside down, and you can tell what side you're looking at. I'm actually pretty impressed with the little servos. With them being the older, an older servo, they're actually pretty dang accurate. So, if I'm kind of jerking the airplane around, and, where I leave it and where it stops is exactly where that wing quits. So, not bad. These little airplanes, these older UMXs, although super, super cool, they don't have nearly the amount of power as a modern UMX. Now, see, most modern UMXs are 3S now, so obviously this is 2S, but you can tell that the power is just not what it is now. I would love to see them revisit this. They could make it maybe a tad bit bigger, or keep it the exact same size and put a little bit more powerful 2S system in it. Could keep it 2S. It's full power right there. Really impressive, just driving around or flying around full power.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
And I'm getting, I think, 4 or 5 minutes of flight. Depends on how you fly. But for such a small battery, it's pretty impressive. You can get a whole bunch of them. But no, this thing is a lot of fun. And I tend to sport fly these kinds of airplanes. I don't want to get into any trouble and have an accident. You know, I'm more of a collector in a way, and so I would hate to accidentally run this thing into the ground because I'm flying it, you know, like I would an airplane that I could still get parts for, or an airplane that I could just buy if I destroyed. But I always take it super easy with airplanes like this because I would hate to see anything happen to it. But these are super cool. It looks great on display. I keep this one out of the box sitting up on one of my shelves. It just looks awesome. And it is a lot of fun to fly. It tracks super straight. There's no wind today. Can't complain at all. It noses over super easy. I don't think I've landed this airplane yet without nosing it over. So let's go ahead and take it in. It's pretty rutted up thanks to my motorcycle and some cars coming up in here, but there is a flat spot right here, relatively flat, I guess. Let's just see what happens and see if I can get this thing to not nose over. Flying it pretty slow right here. You can see it creeps around okay in high alpha if you keep the nose up like any 3D airplane. Lots of rudder to help you throw the nose around without banking it. Let's see what we can do here. Look at that. Oh, nice. Almost nosed over. So that was a good landing. This is a little bit harder packed than the grass that I have in my front yard. So yeah, this thing is super cool. If you still have one of these, please let me know. And if you have any questions, also let me know. All right, guys, appreciate you watching.